What's up, Browns fans? Nathan Zegura back with another position preview as we get ready for the 2024 Cleveland Browns season. And today we're going to look at the offensive line. And in many rooms, you have turnover of personnel. Well, that's not really the case here with the offensive line. Some new additions to be sure, but the biggest turnover has come at the coaching position. Gone is Bill Callahan to Tennessee to join his son Brian Callahan. And in is Andy Dickerson, a guy who spent over a decade with not only the Rams and the Seahawks most recently. Heck, he was even with the Browns way back in the day. So a very good offensive mind. In fact, he was interviewed for the Browns offensive coordinator position, and he's fit right in with this very talented group up front for the Browns. So as you look at it, the Browns really have a starting six on the offensive line. The good news is all three tackles who suffered season-ending injuries a year ago all will be back for 2024. At left tackle, that's Jed Wills, the former first-rounder. Next to him, you've got the perennial Pro Bowler and All-Pro, and I think future Gold Jacket left guard Joel Bitonio. Your center is Ethan Posick, who has been phenomenal ever since joining the Cleveland Browns. At right guard, another perennial Pro Bowler, Wyatt Teller. And then at right tackle, this is where it gets interesting. DeJuan Jones may have been one of the top 5 right tackles in the NFL last year. He will compete with Jack Conklin, who is a 2-time first-team All-Pro right tackle in his own right for that spot. No matter what happens, the Browns are going to have one of the best number 3 tackles in the entire National Football League. So that's good there. Now they've got some depth. James Hudson is back at tackle as well. And look for Andrew Berry, 9, maybe 10 on the offensive line with a few on the practice squad. We know 6, barring injury. We know who those are. Now you look at the interior of the offensive line. You've got Michael Dunn coming back. You drafted Zach Zinter with your second draft pick in the 2024 NFL draft out of Michigan. So those are 2 guys that I think really have a good chance to be on this roster. You've got backup center Luke Whippler, the 5th rounder a year ago out of the Ohio State University, who has very much impressed the coaches. And then there's Brian Allen, entering his 6th season, a veteran who's got 32 career starts under him and is familiar with Andy Dickerson from his time with the Rams. Now, some guys who might be able to compete for this roster as well at the guard position. Keep an eye on Javion Cohen. He was an undrafted free agent signed this year out of the University of Miami, where he did not allow a sack in his final season with the Hurricanes. I know he had a good start to his spring here. At the tackle position, we know 3. James Hudson makes it feel like 4, but there will be some competition again, and perhaps a 5th tackle could sneak onto the roster or certainly onto the practice squad. Hakeem Adeniji, the veteran, obviously somebody who could fill that role. So you know your starters really going in. If there is a position battle, it will be at the right tackle spot between Conklin and DeJuan Jones. It'll be interesting to see how that plays out, but the good news is the Browns will go into training camp healthy, and they will have their starting 6 intact to get ready for the 2024 season. This has been a look at the Browns offensive line, one of the stronger units on this football team, and we'll continue our position preview series later on. As always, keep it tuned to clevelandbrowns.com and the Browns mobile app for the latest on your Cleveland Browns.